afternoon, everyone. My name is Raymart I. Dionisio,
My name is Butac.
and we are here to present the different historical site and structure museum here in the Philippines.
Historical sites and structures. The Philippines is rich historical sites offering the glimpse into its past from pre-colonial times to the Spanish colonial era, World War II and beyond. Some notable places include Intramuros, the walled city of Manila, the Banawe rice terraces, and the Brazilian Church, and various monuments and shrines dedicated to national heroes like Rizal and Bonifacio. Historical structure in the Philippines reflect a blend of indigenous tradition and foreign influences including Spanish, American, and Asian culture. This structure stands testament to the nation's rich and complex past. Churches. Spanish colonial era churches often exhibit Baroque architecture adapted to the Philippine climate, sometimes called earthquake Baroque. Example include the Baroque Church in Malolos, where the first Philippine Congress convened, and the Paoay Church in Ilocos Norte, known for its massive buttresses. Forts like Intramuros in Manila and Fort Pilar in Zamboanga City served as a military defense structure during the Spanish colonial period. Intramuros, also known as the Walled City, was the seat of the Spanish government and showcases Spanish architecture. Heritage houses. These are central homes that reflect that lifestyle and architectural styles of different periods in Philippine history. Las Casas Filipinas de Alcázar in Bataan is a sprawling resort that recreates a seaside town from the Spanish colonial era, featuring dismantled and restored historical buildings. Museum. Some historical structures have been repurposed into museums, preparing and showcasing artifacts and information about Philippine history and culture. The National Museum of Fine Art in Manila, once the called Legislative Building, now houses painting and sculptural by Filipino artists. Monument and Chernis. Structure like the Rizal Park in Manila and the Mactan Shrine in Cebu commemorate important figure and event in the Philippine history. Rizal Park is a tribute to the national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal, while the Mactan Shrine marks the site where Lapu-Lapu defeated Ferdinand Magellan. Lighthouses. Structure like the Cape Higenio Lighthouse, the Cape Santiago Lighthouse, and the Malabrigo Point Lighthouse serve as a navigational aid and are now considered historical landmarks. Here are the notable historical sites and structures in the Philippines. The Intramuros, Manila, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Intramuros is a historic wild city built during the Spanish colonial period. It is houses landmarks like Fort Santiago, San Agustin Church, and Casa Manila, showcasing Spanish and colonial architecture and history. Intramuros created to preserve the historic stories of different and memorable events, where in it help tourists as if they also feel like there are one that timeline. Banawe rice terraces, Ifugao. This is ancient terraces curved into the mountain by indigenous people are a testament to colonial engineering and agriculture. They are often referred to as eighth wonder of the world. Brazilian Church, Malolos, Bulacan. This is a church played a colonial role in the First Philippine Republic, hosting the First Philippine Congress and the drafting of the Malolos Constitution. Rizal Park, Luneta in Manila. A large urban park, Rizal Park, is also a significant historical site. It is where Jose Rizal, the national hero, was executed, and it also served a symbol of Philippine independence. Other notable historical sites for Santiago, Manila. Fort Santiago is national sharing and a popular tourist destination within Extramuros. It holds great historical significance as a defense structure and place of remembrance for the heroes of the Philippines. San Agustin Church, Extramuros, Manila, completed between 1587 and 1606. San Agustin Church is one of the oldest churches in the Philippines. It was only building in Intramuros to survive the Battle of Manila during World War II and is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Brusin Church in Bulacan. The Brusin Church in where the first Philippine Congress convent, marking a significant event in the country history. Mactan Church in Cebu. The Mactan Church is built in honor of Lapu-Lapu, who is known as Cebu's first hero. The church marked the site where Lapu-Lapu defeated Ferdinand Magellan in 1521. Regidor Island, a strategic Island fortress during World War II, now a historical site with remnants of battle and memorial. Leyte Landing Memorial Park in Leyte. This park commemorates General Douglas MacArthur returned to the Philippines on October 20, 1944. 1944. It marked the commencement of the largest naval battle of World War II. Dambana ng Kagitingan in Bataan, a memorial dedicated to Filipino and American soldiers who fought in the Battle of Bataan during World War II. Vigan, Ilocos Sur, a UNESCO World Heritage Site known for its well-preserved Spanish colonial architecture and cobblestone street. Magellan Cross in Cebu, a Christian cross planted by Ferdinand Magellan upon his arrival in the Philippines. San Sebastian Church in Manila, a steel church, a unique example of Gothic revival architecture. University of Santo Tomas in Manila, one of the oldest universities in Asia with a rich history and architecture. Chocolate Hills in Bohol, a colonial formation of over 1,200 hills, often associated with local folklore. Tubata Reefs Natural Park in Palawan, UNESCO World Heritage Site known for its rich marine biodiversity and coral reefs. Cape Bojador Lighthouse in Ilocos Norte, also known as a Burgos Lighthouse. The Cape Bojador Lighthouse is the oldest active Spanish-era lighthouse in the Philippines. It was first lit of March 30, 1892 and served a beacon for galleons sailing throughout the northwesternmost point of Luzon. This historical site and structures provide tangible link to the Philippines past, offering insight into its culture, architectural, and historical evolution. This stand as enduring symbols of the Philippines' rich heritage. It's telling a unique story about the nation's journey throughout time.
A historical museum preserves and interprets history, artifacts, and documents. These museums display exhibits about significant events, people, and cultural developments in countries. Past in the Philippines, numerous museums are dedicated to preserving and showcasing the nation's rich history. Here are some history museums in the Philippines. National Museums of the Philippines, Manila. As the country's primer institution for archaeology, anthropology, and natural history. Its flagship building, the National Museums of Fine Arts, features were by renowned Filipino artists. The National Museums was established in 1901. Ayala Museum, Makati. This private museum showcases Philippines art, history, and culture, including archaeological artifacts, indigenous textiles, and contemporary art. It was established in 1967. Rizal Sharn, Calamba. Dedicated to Jose Rizal, this museum features that library where he studied, the dining room, and the garden where he played as a child. The Rizal Shrine Museum was established in 1950. Museo Sugbo, Cebu. This museum in Cebu City was a provincial jail complex features exhibits of Cebuano history, culture, and heritage. The complex includes historic structure like the Carcel de Cebu, a 19th century prison. It was established in 2008. Bahay Tisoy, Manila. This museum highlights the Chinese community's contribution of the Philippines to artifacts and interactive exhibits in his house in the ancestral home of the Ching Ban Li family. Presidential Car Museum. Quezon City, located within the Quezon Memorial Circle, this museum displays the vehicles used by former Philippine presidents. Museo Iloilo. Since 1970, Museo Iloilo has been a storyteller of Western Visayas past, conveying narratives to artifacts, documents, and artworks. Museo ng Kasaysayang Pampolitikal ng Pilipinas, Malolos, Bulacan. This museum is dedicated to the political history of the Philippines. Museo ni Jose Rizal from Santiago, Intramuros, Manila. This museum is dedicated to the life and work of Jose Rizal. UTS Museum of Arts and Sciences, the University of Santo Tomas, UST Museum of Arts and Sciences, established in 1971. In a fragment of history nestled within the University of Santo Tomas, with a collection encompassing art, artifacts, and natural history, it stands as a living testament to the transformative power of education and culture.